Everything I've learned about leadership was a result of being one of the founders of a high-tech startup firm right outside of Cambridge, Massachusetts. I helped grow the company from 90 people in Cambridge to over 4,000 worldwide. I've traveled to over 20 countries, exploring, speaking, and training. Today, I run several businesses, and I balance that out with being an artist, a dancer, and a skier. Now, I have a passion for life, and most people who know me would say that I would probably be up for trying just about anything new. They would also say that I'm confident in my skin. But what most people don't know is that I've spent most of my life trying to fit in. Back in high school, I was always envious of Tracy K and Pamela D, you know, those popular girls. They had the boyfriends waiting waiting by the locker after class. Yeah, that wasn't me. I was the shy, studious kid that could barely even talk about having a crush on a boy, let alone having him wait at my locker. You know, I was the one more likely to be found hiding inside the locker. Now, even though I was shy, I did participate in several activities. I loved gymnastics. I had done it since I was little. And I competed in high school and went to the state championships. And I became 5th in the state. Now, even though I was shy, I did participate in different activities in high school. I had a love of gymnastics. I had done it since I was little. And when I got to high school and competed, I became 5th in the state. But I could not celebrate that victory because it meant I had to stand out. I played the clarinet in high school. I was in the marching band. But what I really wanted to be was that band leader. I wanted to be that drum major, you know, the one that stands on the podium in front of the whole football field and starts conducting. I think I'd be pretty good. Don't you? But I was too scared to try out in front of my classmates. I was too shy to stand out because all I wanted to do was fit in. Now, fast forward as an adult, I looked for answers outside of me, for direction and clarity. I would take every single assessment tool out there, you name it. You know, Myers-Briggs, whole brain thinking, Enneagram, StrengthsFinder. And then I moved over to astrology and numerology and whatever ology there's out there. I took it. And here's what always happened. I'd get the results back, and almost 99% of the time, the results would come back. I'd be right smack dab in the middle, 50-50, between introvert, extrovert, you know, big thinker, detail-oriented, creative, logical. And you know, the people that gave me the assessments would say, you should be so blessed. You can solve problems using all different parts of your brain. And all I wanted to do was fit into one type, just one quadrant, right? So I struggled still with that question. Where do I fit in? And the answer came in a very unexpected way. A friend of mine referred me to a modality I had not known called hand analysis. Now, I thought this was called palm reading, but apparently not. So she's reading my hand, and she says, you know, it's very uncommon if people get 3 or more what they call gift markers in their hand. It means, you know, your gifts and talents. So guess how many I had? 7. Yes, 7. What a surprise. Yeah. She then said, when you're not honoring all of your gifts and talents, a piece of you will feel dead inside. Can you relate to that? What she said next changed my life. Jean Marie, you weren't meant to fit in. It's like a relief just came over me. The weight came off my shoulders. It validated every single time I wanted to hide under a rock or hide in that locker. For the first time in my life, I felt like I had permission to be exactly who I was. What if you weren't meant to fit in? You know, the great leaders of our time didn't fit in. The leaders of the Renaissance, Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo, Joan of Arc, they did not fit in. Leaders of our time, they weren't concerned about fitting in. You know, Tesla, Branson, Oprah, the late Steve Jobs. So how would your leadership style change if you stopped trying to fit in to some leadership mold and you gave yourself permission to be exactly who you are? What if you gave your teams permission to be exactly who they are? So when we stop trying to fit in, it frees us up to let our talents stand out. You know, according to a recent study by PricewaterhouseCoopers, 77% of CEOs named creativity as their greatest skill shortage. Later on in the study, they talked about the correlation between achieving your business goals and actually how millennials work. They said there's a direct link between profitability and self-expression. So committing to a culture that fosters creativity and individual expression is extremely important to stay competitive. Think about your organizations, your teams. How much untapped talent is roaming your hallways, just trying to fit in? That untapped talent is costing you millions of dollars every single day. Imagine if untapped talent was a line item in your stockholder meeting. So, Bob, let me see, line item 93, untapped talent. What did that cost us last year? Well, Frank, all things told, about $7 million. Wow. That's a lot of untapped talent. You know, in business, not every cost comes with a receipt, but it's costing you. So if you're not tapping into that talent, someone else will. Today, we're going to cover the core principles of Renaissance leadership that are going to help you untap that talent and catapult your teams to a new level of innovation.